Welcome. Um, Today will be आज हम एक पॉडकास्ट वी कैन से या फिर हम कहें कि एक टॉक हम करेंगे को अनस्कूलिंग पेरेंट टू अनस्कूलिंग पेरेंट, राइट?
Right,
सो
right. I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। तो सबसे पहले मैं इंट्रोड्यूस कर दूं ऑडियंस के लिए आपको। ये है मर्सी रोजलिन, एन अनस्कूलिंग पेरेंट, जो पहले चेन्नई में अपनी बेटी को अनस्कूल कर रही थी, बट लास्ट आई थिंक अराउंड 1 ईयर से पंजाब में आई हुई हैं और अपनी बेटी को अनस्कूल कर रही हैं। हम इनसे जानेंगे इनकी जर्नी के बारे में, एंड जो बहुत ही एक मुझे अच्छी चीज लगी कि शी हैव बोथ द एक्सपीरियंसेस। चेन्नई का, साउथ का भी एक्सपीरियंस इनके पास है, और लास्ट 1 ईयर से ये अभी पंजाब में है, तो पंजाब का भी ऑब्वियसली कुछ ना कुछ एक्सपीरियंस जरूर गेन किया होगा, तो दोनों के बारे में हम जरूर डिस्कस करेंगे। सो वेलकम मर्सी टू दिस टॉक।
Thank you. Thank you so much, Navneet. In fact, I have a little bit of unschooling experience in a lot of states, I would say, because I was born and brought up in Chennai, but since my husband has a transferable job, so we've moved for quite some time. 8 साल में हम 8 बार move हो चुके हैं. And I
ओके।
think from the time we've started unschooling journey, it has been wonderful. And since it's a transferable job, it has been all the more favorable for us because बहुत सारे cultures experience किया है. We've spoken to a lot of people, new states, new food, new everything. So it's very beautiful actually to do homeschooling with a very transferable job.
या ब्यूटीफुल, ब्यूटीफुल, वंडरफुल। सो आपने जैसे शेयर किया कि अपनी अनस्कूलिंग जर्नी के बारे में कि कैसे आपका ये जर्नी जा रहा है, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड लाइक कि आप शेयर करें कि व्हाट लेड यू टू दिस अनस्कूलिंग जर्नी। क्या ऐसी चीजें थी कि आपने अनस्कूलिंग जर्नी स्टार्ट की?
Okay, so there are a lot of reasons in this decision. It was not something that I did overnight. ठीक है, कल से हम unschooling करेंगे. It was not something like that. In fact, when I suggested it, um, I was clueless about it because I just saw that some of the parents were homeschooling. We met a couple of homeschooling parents during our travel and all that. So it's just that we thought, okay, maybe we could consider it. But then we were not serious about it because initially we were considering and looking out for really good schools, fancy school, ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए, AC classrooms होना चाहिए. मतलब we were in that typical, schooling family. And my husband also had no clue about it. I had no clue about it. Although I've read a lot about child psychology, I've read a lot about how a child's brain works right from infancy to all the way to adulthood, because I myself am a psychologist, so I know how a child's brain is going to work. I know what a child will be able to take in at a particular age, what is appropriate, what is not appropriate. So I've read all about this. Then we actually did go to a school, and for a couple of months we were in that school. Like my daughter was going to that school. After she started going to school, she would cry every single day. Okay, it was not like ठीक है, she's crying, it is very normal. ठीक है, kids are going to be crying, they are going to be uncomfortable, it's a new environment, there will be resistance and things like that. But then there was a point of time where she told me, Mama, you go to school, I will be at home. So then I felt, what are we doing? What is it that the school is not making my child comfortable, or just generally what is happening in school? So then when I found out that schools are, making them sit for a long time and, making the kids write something which they are not interested, and repetitive writing. The problem with Michelle was that she was bored in school. Like, she felt like she was doing the same thing again and again and again, although yeah, every child has different grasping capacity. Michelle was studying something and she had to repeat the same thing again and again and again. So for us, it felt like, okay, what is the point of it? So it started with homework basically. We were like, okay, homework is given, we come home, we do it. The next day, again, it's the same repetitive thing. What is the point of all this? We went through the same schooling system. Okay, maybe there is something good that came out of it, because when since I've landed in this job and my husband has landed in his job, we'll be like, oh, okay, let's do the same thing for our kids. That was the typical mindset, right? But then I started questioning everything. I started questioning the teachers, the students, and then I realized that it was a system which is not going to change. It will be like that, and it is like that for many reasons. They don't want you to learn, they just want you to do something which will make you feel very obedient. तो obedient स्टूडेंट्स बनने के लिए आपको रिपेटिटिवली सेम वही चीज बार 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 वही आपको करना पड़ेगा. जो आप बोलोगे इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क आउट. सो देन वी सेड ओके, दिस इज इनफ, लेट्स पुल हर आउट. We took our TC and we never turned back after that.
हम्म. सो जैसे आपने डिस्कस किया कि आप भी साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं, तो हमारा जो ये बैकग्राउंड का एक कनेक्ट हुआ, जैसे ही हमारे काफ़ी सारे टेलीफोनिक कॉन्वर्सेशंस हो चुके हैं लास्ट 1 ईयर. एंड अगर पंजाब में बोलूँ तो सबसे ज़्यादा जो मुझे रेजोनेंस किसी पेरेंट के साथ हुआ है तो इट्स यू. बिकॉज एक होता है कि
Oh,
सेम
thank
पेज
you.
पे हैं, है ना, एंड सेम लेवल पे बैठ के हम बात कर पा रहे हैं. And it's you and a couple of others, I can say, in Chandigarh. अगर टिपिकली पंजाब की बात करूँ, सिटी ऑफ पंजाब की बात करूँ, तो इट्स यू जिसको मैंने ढूंढा कि यस, मतलब लॉन्गर कॉन्वर्सेशंस एंड पता ही नहीं चल रहा कि आप चीज़ों को डिस्कस करते जा रहे हो, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करते जा रहे हो, बच्चों के बारे में आप डिस्कस करते जा रहे हो. मतलब अगर एक अनस्कूलिंग पेरेंट की बात करूँ तो इट्स यू जिससे इतना बातें हो पा रही हैं. अ कपल ऑफ अदर्स से भी हो पा रही हैं, बट दे हैवंट टेकन द स्टेप येट, आई कैन से, है ना.
Yeah, that I
तो
think is because of fear. कि
यस.
क्या होगा, what would people say, and how will I face the world? Because initially when I started homeschooling journey, Navneet, I faced a lot of backlash. People मुझे
सेम
बोलते
हियर.
हैं कि क्यों बर्बाद कर रहे हो, क्यों वेस्ट कर रहे हो, क्या करोगे, पढ़ाई नहीं किया तो कैसे होगा, कैसे कॉलेज जाएगा, कैसे ये बनेगा वो बनेगा, मतलब ऐसे ही है.
बच्चे
बिकॉज
का
दे
फ्यूचर
फील
खराब कर
दैट.
रहे हो.
हाँ, exactly. So when you are
Yeah.
not part of that system, they will question you. We never
Yeah.
question other parents ki why are you sending them to school? I never do that.
Yes.
Why are you
Yes.
sending? I'm homeschooling. You also homeschool. I never ever
बिल्कुल
say that.
सही. बिल्कुल सही आप बात कर रहे हो. ये कई बार जब मुझे भी बैकलैश होता है तो कई बार मुझे भी फील होता है कि मैं आपको नहीं कह रही हूँ कि आप अपने बच्चे को भेज के उसका नुकसान कर रहे हो. इट्स योर
हाँ.
अंडरस्टैंडिंग, इट्स योर लर्निंग, इट्स योर डिसीजन. वैसे ही ये हमारी
Exactly.
अंडरस्टैंडिंग और हमारा डिसीजन है. अगर हम आपको
हम्म.
जज नहीं कर रहे हैं तो प्लीज आप हमें भी जज मत करो. सो ये आई थिंक
Yeah.
ये होना चाहिए एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ना. बट इसी डिस्कशन में से मैं आपसे यहाँ पे समझना चाहूंगी कि जैसे आपने अदर स्टेट्स से भी एक्सपीरियंस गेन किया, साउथ इंडिया में तो आपने देखा ही होगा कि बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्लोर हो चुका है होम स्कूलिंग या अनस्कूलिंग, अल्टरनेट एजुकेशन की हम बात करें तो वहाँ का भी आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा, चीज़ें देखी होगी, कैसे डिस्कशंस हो रही हैं, वर्कशॉप्स हो रही हैं, एंड कम्युनिटी बिल्डअप हो रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी बहुत ज़्यादा बिल्डअप हो चुके हैं वहाँ पे तो. बट जब आप पंजाब में आए तो व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस और योर फर्स्ट वाइब, और ऑल्टरनेट एजुकेशन को लेके, अगर हम एजुकेशन को लेके कल्चर की बात करें साउथ इंडिया एंड पंजाब में, आपको सबसे बड़ा डिफरेंस जब आप आए तो क्या एक एक्सपीरियंस आपका क्या लगा आपको?
Okay. So in terms of culture, I felt people in Punjab are very generous. Like if you go to a restaurant, you would feel like you're being pampered and you're being fed a lot. Like if I order one curry, they are going to give me such a big quantity. It is so much which you cannot eat, which my whole family will eat. But in South, obviously, it's not like that. We have small portions of a lot of stuff. But in
Hmm.
Punjab, people are very generous. There were times when I would tell you, I was in Chandigarh and my daughter was quite small, so we needed milk. But I didn't have any induction stove or anything. I just was walking on the road and I was trying to find out who will just give me a small glass of milk for my daughter because we were traveling and we were in the hotel staying somewhere, so it was not possible there. Then one kind person, he was a milkman, he said, please just take it. He didn't even charge us money. He didn't even ask कि क्यों चाहिए क्या चाहिए. We just had that bottle with us and he sort of started filling it.
So nice.
Am I visible to
No,
you?
your video is not visible. Yeah, it's visible now.
Yeah, it's visible now. Okay.
Hmm.
So that is how it happened. And
Hmm.
in terms of the flora and fauna, I feel you just throw any seed here in Jalandhar where I am right now, you will be able to see it growing. You don't even need to water it, you don't need to do anything. The first time I tried kitchen gardening, trust me, I've
Hmm.
not tried it in any other place. I've tried kitchen gardening and I felt like I've harvested so much from our own kitchen garden, which is a very small thing. And I felt like it was so much that I could even sell it in the market. इतने सारे
Hmm.
आया था क्योंकि हार्वेस्ट बहुत बड़ा था एंड वी नॉट इवन बिन ट्राइंग टू टेक केयर ऑफ इट वेल. लाइक हमारा घर पे कोई नहीं है कि लगातार यही करते रहे. तो आई फेल्ट इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट to get that kind of experience in Tamil Nadu, although we are a very rich state agriculturally. Then in Jalandhar, the soil is very good. And in terms of people, they are very welcoming, they are very kind. You'll see a lot of people who are, very accepting of you. Even if you don't know anything, they would come all the way to help you out with things, and they are very friendly basically.
Hmm.
But with terms of education, when I came for the first time here, I could not find someone who was homeschooling. So I was telling you the other day, like how I was searching on uh, social media if I'll find a homeschooling family, because in Tamil Nadu or in Kerala or in Andhra Pradesh, I would have found one very easily. And having a family, it's not like we are going to be together and study together. It's not like that. If you have a family, you sort of have a community feeling कि okay, यहाँ पे ये हो रहा है, वहां पे ये चल रहा है, ये वर्कशॉप चल रहा है, कि हम ये कर रहे हैं हमारा बच्चे के लिए एंड ये करिकुलम फॉलो कर रहे हैं. वट एवर इट इज, वट एवर योर थॉट्स आर, यू हैव लाइक माइंडेड पीपल अराउंड. इट इज वेरी इजी एंड यू don't lose your confidence very easily also. So then, when I came to Punjab, I could not find anybody. There was literally nobody. And then I stumbled upon you after a few months. And then I started talking to you. I just said, okay, what am I going to lose? Let me just write a message to Navneet. Let me just see if she is going to reply or no. So that was the saddest part because I could not find like minded people like you where I am staying. And it was very difficult with our daughter and doing all this alone.
Hmm.
Because, see, when you're homeschooling, no matter where you are, it's always you are the only one out, you're the odd one out, and a large population around you, they are all sending their kids to school. Now you are the only one who's not sending your child to school. It is going to feel awkward, it is going to be uncomfortable. You will start questioning yourself a lot. Ki, am I doing the right thing? Is my child on track? Is my child feeling okay? Is my child doing her best? Is it okay if I don't that kind of self doubt is going to come to you again and again and again. because you don't
Obviously.
have anyone else to look up to or look forward to, or to discuss these things with. No one's going to understand why you did it in the first place. So to
Hmm.
hang in here, it's quite difficult because you're always being bombarded with any parent you meet. The first thing they're going to ask you is what school your child is going to, which class is your child in. Anybody, you just meet anybody, that's the first question they would ask my daughter also. Which class are you in? Which school are you in? So my daughter would be like, I am homeschooled. And they'll be like, oh, where is that school? Now she has to tell, I am homeschooled, I am at home, I am no school. Then they'll be like, why?
Hmm.
Now, this question why is a very small question, but it has a very big answer.
Big.
It's not something that I can say in 2 minutes. Ki why
Right.
I'm homeschooling. There are
Hmm.
so many factors, so many things that I've read about which made me come to that why part. So
Yes.
yeah, in Punjab, like the other day, I was dropping my daughter in one of the classes, and I was just going through all the gullies inside here. I also noticed that there are a lot of people having coaching centers, tuition centers, and maybe it is there in every state. In fact, it is a very common thing which people have started in the entire country. But I felt honestly sad because the kind of coaching centers that are there in literally every gully here, everybody is running a race. I wish I could tell them to just slow down, just look at the sky for a moment, watch the trees, look at the birds singing. And even as children, we are not allowed to do that. If you're going to be sitting in a classroom and looking out through the window, they are going to think you're distracted. When in fact you may be looking at the birds or listening to the wind outside, rustling through the trees. But then
Hmm.
that's the kind of label you're going to get. She is a distracted child. He is a very uh, he's a daydreamer. That kind of label you would get. You are not going to be say, oh wow, okay, you're looking at the window, look more. They're not going to say that.
बिल्कुल.
So
Hmm.
I felt very lonely, in fact, when I came here. But then, after talking to you and after talking to a couple of others, I felt okay. There are people who are there. We are not the only aliens here roaming around. So in Chennai or in Tamil Nadu, it's not like that. People are very open about it. And in fact, I know a couple who has been doing homeschooling from, I don't know, 1990s.
Hmm.
Entire thing was homeschooling. Like back in 1990s, I don't even know if people
बिल्कुल.
knew about it.
Right. Right. Even I wish that I am a child, अर्ली 90s वाला, जो अर्ली 90s में स्कूल में हम एंटर हुए थे, तो आई विश कि हमारे इधर पंजाब में भी इतना अवेयरनेस होती उस टाइम पे, तो शायद कुछ अलग तरह की हमारी भी स्कूलिंग होती. बट एक चीज इस कॉन्वर्सेशन में से मैं समझना चाहूंगी मर्सी, दैट व्हाट डू यू बिलीव, या आपको क्या समझ में आ रहा है कि जो आपको रिएक्शंस जैसे आपने शेयर किया कि यहाँ पे दैट वाई आता है, या फिर वो एक रिएक्शन आता है कि आप तो नुकसान कर रहे हो अपने बच्चों का. सो इसका रिएक्शन जो इसी चीज का है, दैट यू आर होम स्कूलिंग योर चाइल्ड, तो साउथ में भी आपको वैसा ही रिएक्शन मिलता है, या फिर रिएक्शन कुछ अलग होता है, और दे आर वेरी ओपन, इतना अवेयरनेस इतना हो चुका है कि दे आर लाइक वाओ यू आर आल्सो होम स्कूलिंग, मतलब दोनों अलग तरह के रिएक्शन है, वाओ एंड ओ होम स्कूलिंग, मतलब कैसा वाला वहां पे रिएक्शन क्या रहता है?
Back in my place, yeah, people are not massively homeschooling. So
हम्म.
see, homeschooling is still a very small community in India.
हम्म.
Okay, you go to any state, it's still a minority. It's still a small section of the population which is homeschooling. So even
यस.
in Chennai, we do get that thing, but then we sort of you know get that awareness key. Okay, she's homeschooling, I know someone else. Like if you tell
हम्म.
someone
हम्म.
I am homeschooling my daughter, they
हम्म.
would not. look at you like, oh, homeschooling, what is that? It's not like that, because they would already know someone else who's homeschooling, maybe in a different technique, maybe they are doing curriculum at home, or they are sending their children
The
to
different
um,
approach.
yeah, they know
Yeah.
some family who is homeschooling already. They would have met someone, or they may have been in watching someone on social media or something like that. So it was definitely an eye opener when I came to Punjab, that people are not even aware of homeschooling. What is homeschooling? People are thinking, I am keeping my daughter. Like I said, homeschooling does not mean I'm keeping my daughter inside my home, just making her sit at home, giving her a study table, making her write. It is not. See, it's a
It's not a
spectrum.
school at home.
Yeah, we are not repeating school at home, so we are doing it different way. In fact, we are unschooling. We are not doing
Yeah.
the school system
Curriculum.
at home. We are not even following any curriculum. So
Yeah.
what would you call that? We call that unschooling, right? So I felt in Chennai or wherever we went, people are going to give you an eye roll. It doesn't matter which state, because there will always be someone who has no clue about homeschooling. And if you tell homeschooling, the first thing that they would say, like, oh, she's homeschooling. Does she know this? Can she count? Can she say numbers? Can she say ABC? Can she say these rhymes?
Yeah.
That is the kind of question. Now they immediately go into quiz mode. Let me
Hmm.
quiz this child to find out if she's really having any brain. I am like, okay,
Yes.
now I've taught my daughter that she doesn't need to prove herself or prove, that she is worthy of something anywhere. If she wants to do it, she would do it. If she wants to answer, she would answer. But there's no need for you to prove yourself. कि
Yes.
ये करो, स्टेज में जाओ, ये डांस करो, prove the world that okay, I can, dance. You don't have
Hmm.
to do that. You
Right.
love dancing, go ahead and dance. I really enjoy enjoying yourself. But just because someone is quizzing doesn't mean I'm going to come into defense mode. Okay, you want to ask, you ask. If Michelle wants to answer, let her answer. Now don't look at me saying, why is she not answering? What is wrong? What are you teaching her? Please don't ask me, because she is not in the mood to answer your questions right now, nor is she obliged to answer anyone here. Are
Right.
you going to question the same thing to a child who's going to school? Are you quizzing a child who's going to school? Please
Right.
tell me.
Right.
Because
Hmm.
this is something that I have faced literally everywhere, anywhere I go. Oh, Michelle, tell me who is the Prime Minister of India? Michelle, tell me, can you tell me any rhymes? Michelle, what is 20 plus 10? This is the kind of thing that you face, not just here, everywhere, even in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, everywhere you go, it is this way. They immediately feel like your child is less and your child doesn't know much, and you need to teach your child. Now they're trying to prove you a point that, see, your daughter is not doing well, please put her in school.